Welcome to a day in the life of a crunchy dad. I start off the day with some oil pulling, which is great for gum health, and then I get straight into avoiding the dishes.
Run.
I'll say a quick g'day to my pet rats, and then I'll get straight into making some fresh cold-pressed juice for my son before he goes to school. We're on the GAPS diet, and he is doing fresh GAPS shakes, which is basically cold-pressed juice, and then you blend it with raw egg and some sour cream, or a little bit of coconut oil if you don't have sour cream, and it's just so good for the gut. I'm still pretty strict with what I eat, but recently I've been able to branch out and start trying foods without massive effects, and my body seems to like this. After his GAPS shake, he'll usually have some scrambled eggs, so I'll make some scrambled eggs and ghee. This is leftovers from the night before. This is his school lunch for the day. Then I had one of my favourite drinks in the world, which is sauerkraut juice. Finish off some of the GAPS shake.
Alright, we've run out of broth, so I am making broth with these chicken drumsticks. They're quite gelatinous if you do it right, and you also get the meat at the end of it as well, as opposed to just using a carcass, versus this, which is, for a kilo, it's $11, plus you get the meat. So it's a good deal. And then I cook the chicken up with like garlic and onion or butter or something like that. Fantastic.
Why was the bad guy on the Mario movie singing pieces?
Call me a weirdo, but I like to rinse my chicken sometimes, then fill it back up with water, and you want to bring it to a boil. Hold on, what have we got here?
The sword of destiny.
I made these coconut water popsicles for my son as a treat and thought I'd have a couple of bites.
Refreshing. Now it is time for my daily dose of electrolytes. So today I'm making a bit of a mix. I've got coconut water, lemon juice, and sody. And this is the electrolytes that I use. You can get 15% off. Use my code down below, Rory's Kitchen or Rory. And yeah, these guys are Aussie electrolytes. Really great company, awesome products. So I mix these three together, and that way I'm getting the sodium, I'm getting the potassium and magnesium in the correct doses for the body, plus a bit of sweetness from the coconut water, a little bit extra potassium, and then whatever lemons are good for.
Oh yeah.
This is not a common thing for me to have. I just kind of have it every now and then because I try and stay away from carbs and sugar, even if it's natural, just because my body seems to do pretty well without them. I lost the spoon to this thing, so I'm just gonna free flow it. But typically it's about 2 scoops of this a day. They've also got amazing flavored ones as well. Pineapple, grapefruit, berry, there's just stacks, citrus. Coconut water. Looks pretty good. I'm just gonna fill it up with a bit of water. All right, what are we doing next? I've got to clean the rat cage at some point today. It's time. My girls, hi Gracie. Hello. And then cleaning the office, and then just smashing, just got so much work. I feel so behind at the moment. I haven't posted any content for 3 months on my channels. I don't want to post just for the sake of it, because I've been so unsure about my life and career directions. I'm not just going to just publish something because I need to. I've had some big changes in terms of my personal career and direction and everything like that. I'm actually moving into the farming space, and I'll be sharing more about that soon. This, by the way, is one of my goals for the next 12 months. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Work-wise today, what I'm focusing on is actually editing my first video to go up on my farm channel, documenting my farming journey. Obviously, I'm filming this today. And then I am doing some stuff for clients. So just consulting, having a look at what they're doing with their series, with their content, and then probably a bunch of admin and then parenting. So busy. The days are so jam-packed.
So I like to bring my broth to boil and then turn it down to simmer.
Usually I skim that scum off the top, but it's I didn't get to it soon enough, so I'll just skim it off the top there.
Bit of salt. Gracie's getting a little distracting, so my little ratatouille, you gotta go for a bit.
All right, now let's see if the worms are hungry. Definitely don't want to overfeed the worms. This is typically what we do at the pulp at the moment, at least until I get like a compost situation. What we do is we open that one up, and then let's have a look. If you see, there's one little guy there. So there's a bit much going on. So this one's gonna have to go in the bin, unfortunately, until we get a compost stitch. All right, come do the bins with me. All right, so this is a part of my ritual that shouldn't really do with the GAPS, but I've been, to be honest, pretty addicted lately, and that is coffee. specifically bulletproof coffee. I actually started getting hooked on this while I was filming a biohacking video that I was doing. I was like, oh, we'll do a bit of coffee. And you're not supposed to have it on gaps because the caffeine is not really good for sensitive guts, basically. What are you doing up there? Here, baby, here. I got hooked for a while and it's not the best for... Gracie, get down, go on. There you go. So it's not the best for gut health and my skin was starting to break out. But to be honest, at this phase of where I'm at in my life, I'm not too focused or worried about the skin so much and my health has felt okay. So I'm having it because I love the adrenaline rush and I love the getting into that sympathetic system and just crushing out a lot of work, which is what I'm doing today, a lot of editing. Again, not great for my adrenals or good for my health, really. I can quit when I want to.
Stop the cap.
So what I do is I add MCT oil and I add butter to my coffee, blend it up, whiz bang in here, and then you have a delicious concoction, slow release with the caffeine because of the fat, and all the fat's good for the brain obviously as well. I'm personally terrible at making and preparing coffee, but I don't care. I'm not a coffee connoisseur. I'm just doing this for the kick. Never used to understand coffee addictions until I started drinking coffee. I get it. And then some MCT oil. Now it's time to work. Just got stung by a bee. Anyway, back to the video. Just filming a little bit of content and I found there is a little mulberry chilling. So now the guy is gonna have some. All right, let's check on the broth. It's ready to switch off. So we're just gonna let that cool down a bit. Come back in a couple minutes when it's a bit cooler and then we shall have some broth. Party on. All right, now the broth is cooled down. So basically what I'm doing is drinking some of it straight into a cup, but I'm also straining it. So what I'll do is I'll grab a strainer like this, strain it like this.
Yeah, boy.
And you've got all this broth that you'll pour into a container or drink straight away. And then I've got some chicken drumsticks, which we can cook up in some butter shortly. Oh, that's a good one. With this one, I can already tell that it's gonna be super, super gelatinous. So yeah, we'll just see how that turns out, but that looks like it's gonna be super gelatinous. If the meat stock is gelatinous, you've done a good job. If it's not, too much water. That broth, by the way, incredible. Maybe the best one I've ever made. Now I'm gonna have 4 chicken drumsticks, maybe more, and just lather it up with butter. So we're gonna add some sauerkraut to it. A little bit of butter. So good. Some bit of fish oil. A little bit of pineapple kvass.
Now that's what I call high quality A2O.
Then I realized we ran out of cauliflower, so I rode to the store and got a head of cauliflower.
So what we're doing is we are pulsing the cauliflower into here. We're making cauliflower rice. So we've got about 4 cups of it, and we are making cauliflower pizza. Then we're just filling it up so it covers the pot. The recipes say use a microwave, but we don't use those because they are not good for the body. Now we're gonna switch it on the stove. I love ghee and tallow for cooking, but particularly ghee because obviously the buttery flavor and the benefits.
Meat. Then we'll turn the oven to 180 degrees. I don't know what it is in freedom units, sorry. You want to strain as much liquid from the cauliflower rice as possible.
Oh yeah, doesn't look appetizing, but trust me it is. Shout out, steak and butter gal. Hi, Angel.
The cauliflower rice wasn't dry enough, so I put it into this nutmeg bag, which was extremely hot, so I used a spatula, so I'll need gloves next time.
In this bowl, we have these ingredients right here.
Add eggs and your cauliflower rice, and then mix it all up. Next, you want to put it on some parchment paper, not too thick, not too thin, and chuck it in the oven. I don't know, I think it's like 10, 20 minutes, just until it's your desired crispiness. And then after that, chop it into little pizza slices, put some tomato sauce, whatever toppings you want on. We've got some nutritional yeast, all stuff that's full gaps friendly. Pineapple.
Hey yo, so you know that meat stock that I made earlier today? Look at how jiggly that magic is. That stuff is so good for the gut healing. So you know you've made a good one when it has the jiggle factor. So when you're doing gaps and any gut healing diet, really anyone in general, is to have as much of this as possible. Like smashing down one of these a day, whew, mate. So now we're going to have a bit of the meat stock as well. Look at that. Look at how bloomin' gelatinous that is. All right, and now it's a poor presentation, but delicious execution. So for the little man,
I haven't had the catkin meat yet.
I can actually have a little bite. I have not had egg whites in a very long time, but I'm curious to see how this goes. I haven't had tomatoes in a long time either. That's very nice. I'm the broth master.
Yes, I'm having a late night coffee. Whatever, I do what I want.
What I'm most excited about is that delicious pizza base that I had. I've had zero reaction, and it used to be immediate when I would have things like egg whites or anything. And that had almond meal and egg whites and other things. I'm turning over a good stone right now and feeling really good. We'll see how we go. Hope you enjoyed a day in the life in Rory's kitchen, and I'll see you guys in another video. Maybe this one here. That could be a good video.